Live from 2023, it's Super Gamekast 2 with your hosts, Bronson Fiore.
Future! What up, y'all? It is Super Gamekast 2, your number one source for video game news on the internet. I am Bronson Fiore, joined by the always awesome Aaron Reynolds.
Hot scoop from the year 2023. All video games have been pushed to 2024. Enjoy!
We have the wielder of the ban hammer, the mighty Maud Mommy, and Emily Huslander.
Oh, God. Video games are going to suck the next couple of years, aren't they?
The big ones.
The big ones, anyway. They're going to suck.
And then we got the turncoat of the Smash tournament, the man who turned heel on his own community, Mr. Jesse Pewitt.
Vroom, vroom.
Oh my God.
Look, all good ninja movies have like that one seedy ninja switch sides. So it's
That's
only
right.
natural.
Fair.
I can't help my natural tendencies.
Oh,
Inherent
my
trait.
goodness. Wow. How you doing, Bronson?
I'm doing good, man. It was a good weekend. Got to spend some time with the girlfriend. Got to do that Smash tournament, which completely annihilated my voice.
Yes, for those of you who
Yeah.
missed it, we had a cross-channel, cross-community tournament, Smash Brothers tournament, that was really good, really fun. People really seemed to enjoy it, and we got requests to do more. So
Yeah, they're like, we want Cart, we want. I know Sean specifically was like, we want StarCraft.
Damn.
we had one kid who missed it and was really bummed and is looking for another Smash Bros tournament as well. So
I think Smash is very likely.
Yes.
That is very, very much going to happen. So,
There's more between then and now.
yeah, gives us all time to train up.
Right.
To be fair, I was expecting to be O2'd, and Little Mac showed the heart of a champion out there.
yeah, I need to reacquaint myself with the controls of Smash Bros. Oh boy.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
boy.
Jesse, you saw my second run. That was worse than my first. That was real good.
Yeah, no, that last match I played, dude, was heartbreaking. It was so close.
Yeah, you were right there.
That was rough. Not going to lie. That
But
was rough.
hey, I got next time.
Yep.
I got some time to hopefully between now and then I'll get some practice in with Little Mac. I'm committed.
Yeah.
Low tier for life, son.
Congratulations to Muffin Mon, who won the tournament.
The Muffin Man
yeah.
went out and dominated.
That guy was really good.
I'm really hoping that next one we can get do you know the Muffin Man chant going.
I was gonna say, do we give them anything? Is there a grand prize?
Accolades and our thanks.
Great.
I don't know. Next time,
And bragging rights in their community.
Yeah, they get to
I beat Super Gamecraft. What?
and Nintendo Pals and Nintendo Dads.
Yep. Man.
No, unfortunately, arguably our two best players had to dip early, so it was on Jesse, Anthony, and I to represent. And we put up a valiant effort.
Put up a good fight. Put up a good fight.
Yep.
Look, we were hosting.
Yes, that was hard. That was hard.
We may make some adjustments.
I'm checking the Twitch. I'm checking the Discord. I'm checking the stream. I'm casting the stream. I'm checking the Discord.
Who's doing what in the losers bracket? I don't know.
It was a little chaotic.
Yeah, we got it though.
So yes, it was super fun. Had a great time. Thank you for the Nintendo Pals, Nintendo Dads, and Carpool Gaming for all coming out. I sent you guys all thank you messages in your personal Discord. Some Nintendo Dads who I don't have, I'll have to get that. And then so hopefully we'll get another one of those going next month is the plan, it looks like.
Okay.
So
Be there.
yeah, it's looking like Mario Kart.
All right.
So yeah. Which we have a reckoning for Mario Kart from our community. They are not prepared for the demon we are going to unleash.
Okay. Let them not know.
Oh no.
Someone just said, I feel like this person, when they come in, when we do the edited version for the YouTube, the second he joins the match, one winged angel needs to start playing.
That's fun. Yeah. But tournaments, we're having fun with tournaments, but we're known for news here, covering video game news.
We are. Hey guys, you want to know why we're from the year 2023?
Why are we from the year 2023?
Because we're playing Starfield and Redfall.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Knew it was likely to happen, but wow.
It's rough.
Aaron's gonna have to drop an ad for his fantasy team.
Yep.
Yeah, that's buddy. That's a rough one, That's
yeah.
That's especially for Xbox, because that was kind of their thing for the year, right?
Well, that's why I thought
I
it was
think
an
so.
easy pick, was because like that's huge for them. It's the goddamn Starfield. It's the next Elder Scrolls or Fallout that they're trying to like save their damn studio's reputation after Fallout 76 and everything that happened. And then they picked a date, which they good about picking dates. But I also knew, because it's video games, making games is incredibly hard. There was always going to be that risk. And here we are. So
I saw a good tweet that was is you can't want good labor practices, which we'll get into, with no crunch and excellent finished product games and no delays. All of these things at the same time are not possible.
Right, pick two.
Yeah, you get two.
well, okay, so my question is, when did Insomniac say when did Ratchet & Clank commit to a date? I would be curious.
I think even they got a delay.
They have a delay? All right. That would make sense.
Because they were launch window and then came out a little later than expected. Yeah, right. They got delayed a week.
A week?
A week.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Hold on. What was that Ratchet & Clank getting called again? Ratchet & Clank...
Rift Apart?
Rift Apart.
A Ripped Apart?
Hold on. Okay, so they said launch window, but it came out like very generously in what you would call a launch window. The system launched in November, it came out in June. So, and even then its ending was kind of abrupt. So,
Yeah, that's right. The ending was a little bit abrupt.
So, I don't know. Like, it is what it is. I don't know, man. It just, once again, you get two. You can have good labor practices and finished games, but that means you're going to get delays.
Right.
You can get no delays and good games, but that means you're going to get crunch and screwed up labor practices.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse could call. Pick two.
Well, so here's the thing, though, is that this has reignited debate regarding Microsoft's approach. And it's hard for Microsoft because they took this approach. It means that all of their bets are very much in the future. This has always been a very long-term plan. But now this has been pushed even further down the road. Halo's been getting, delayed while they've been dealing with their community on top of, just trying to get this game out. Addressing their concerns, trying to get this Forge mode done and this co-op mode done. It has not been good on the public-facing side.
It does feel they kind of blew their load last year, because like last year you got the console version of Gears Tactics, the console version of Flight Sim. You ended up you ended up getting Psychonauts, Forza, Halo, Age of Empires 2, like the remake, and I think there was another game I'm forgetting. Like it was a very strong year for Xbox last year, and it was a very good showcase for them. And then this year, Starfield was supposed to be it. Like they had one of the 3 biggest games of the year, and having it get pushed really hurts them. Unless at that showcase next month, they got something really big to show.
Right.
I think they will. I think there's I don't know how I became the rumor guy on the show, but there
I heard
there
a
is
rumor.
a rumor floating around that they're going to reveal something related to Gears of War and a collection of sorts.
I have heard of a Marcus Phoenix collection.
Yes.
That's what I've heard, which as long as it launches in a good state, then that's fantastic. I'm here for it.
Yep.
I would love to go through a polished, great looking, great running version of every Gears game. And maybe co-op with the channel. I'm just saying.
Sure. I don't know if that's going to be
why not?
a big, like, that's not going to be what they need, but I think that's nice.
Yes, it's the only thing that I can think of that if it somehow makes it out this year that could kind of rebound them would be Fable or like a legit Forza 8.
But
like
another Forza?
Soon?
One that's more simulator and less arcadey, right?
Yeah, remember
Sure.
they have 2 teams. They have arcade Forza, and then they have sim Forza. And whether or not we're into them or not, that's one thing. But those always sell well.
Yep.
And they get a lot of people to play them.
Fair.
That's fair. I just wonder, again, going back to the public discourse aspect of this, like, I just saw a thing this morning that David Jaffe was pissed at Phil Spencer about the way he was handling it. Which, I don't know what's going on inside Xbox, so I can't say who's to blame. But
I mean, yes, and he has a point. Like, you have all these studios, you have all this talent. Who the bleep is managing all this?
Right.
It almost feels like you could pull in like us and get a better job done. At times.
But this is like the whole reason you have like your doors open to indie and smaller devs. This is how you get them on Game Pass, get Game Pass the fuel that it needs, and you just keep
and that's why Tunic was day 1 Game Pass.
Right.
And that's why, like all these other big games are day 1 Game Pass. Like there was Weird West was day 1 Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like a bunch of really good games were day 1 Game Pass, but they're not what gets the attention of the zeitgeist. Tunic is an amazing game, and I think everyone should play it. It's super fun.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also very much like not going to be a Halo or a Forza or a Gears. I just pulled up their studios, not including Bethesda, right? Yeah. Halo just came out. It's being worked on. We'll have Forge by the end of the year, hopefully. Age of Empires 3, just Definitive Edition, just came out, so nothing from that team. The Coalition is probably working on Gears 6 or Marcus Phoenix Collection. I think those are going to be great games. I don't think they're going to be big enough to move the needle. Compulsion Games, they made We Happy Few in Contrast and don't know where they are now. Double Fine literally just put out Psychonauts, so they're not doing anything. Xbox Publishing Studios is their indie initiative. Perfect Dark, we have a screenshot.
Right.
So
that's troubled development right now.
Yeah, and like one of its 2 developers just got poached by Embracer Group. Mm-hmm. So there's that. In Exile could put out something. They did just put out Wasteland 3 2 years ago now. So that's a hope. We know Mojang makes Minecraft. They're
Yes.
making Minecraft forever.
Yes.
That's just they. That's yeah. You know, you got Hellblade 2 could be out this year. They
Right.
showed gameplay at the Game Awards, so they could rely on Hellblade. Obsidian, like I don't think we're close to Avowed or the Outer Worlds 2, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Playground Games is working on Fable. Once again, that's at least 1 to 2 years out, probably. Would be my guess anyway.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Rare, they are continuing to support Sea of Thieves, and they just pushed Everwild, and Everwild kind of restarted not that long ago.
Yep.
So they're just the Sea of Thieves people at this point. Turn 10 is working on the new Forza. And they're doing a complete reboot, new physics engine, new everything. It's going to be games as a service. They announced that in 2020. I could see a trailer this year. I'd be shocked if it made it out. I'd be happy if it did. State of Decay 2 is still State of Decay 3 is still in development. Right. So out of everything they have, I would bet Hellblade is their ticket for the year now. That would be my bet.
Okay. Yeah, it's not looking great.
Yep.
It could mean something great for 2023 and 2024. Like, good for those times. But right now, ooh.
Yeah, right. I mean, and the thing is like, when you're the guy that's on their back foot, like they've been for so long, you can't have this kind of stuff.
Well, you're right, and they've been on their back foot since the beginning of Xbox One, and
like last year they finally gained a lot of momentum, right? Like you had all this momentum, all this positive talk. The 20th anniversary of Xbox went off great, and they had a bunch of really good stuff to show and good games that came out. I think on my top 10 list, 4 of those games were Xbox games. But like this year to be relying solely on indies, that's rough, bro.
Yeah. PlayStation's been kind of staying at a pretty steady pace. They're kind of continuing to do so, as far as I know.
I mean, they had technically 3 big fish if you include the Uncharted remakes earlier this year, and then they had Horizon and Gran Turismo.
Yep.
And supposedly we're getting God of War and Final Fantasy this year.
Man,
that's a big year.
That's a big year, but that's also a big if for those two.
It is.
I could see God of War making it. Final Fantasy.
I could see God of War making it. Final Fantasy is the one I'm like, ooh.
Final Fantasy, they're saying that they're done with development, so it should be be soon.
Okay.
So
they've done a very good job of not talking or showing that game
at all.
God, which is awesome actually. But
they showed a trailer, and that's great.
Yeah.
They
showed a cinematic trailer. They said Yoshi P and said, "We'll see you when the game's done," which good call.
And then they put out VRR for PS5.
Right.
Granted, not that many games are patched to use it, but still, that's a thing. And then VR is coming to PS5 later this year, most likely, and this is very much an ebb and flow. And to be fair, Microsoft hasn't, had their event yet, and this conversation completely changed in a month.
Absolutely.
If I were to bet on what's coming, looking at their studio list, I would bet this year we are getting something Gears of War related, either a Gears of War 6 or Marcus Phoenix collection, or both. I would bet on Hellblade, and then maybe Forza.
Which of that list, like, I don't know, I haven't seen much of Hellblade, but like Gears of War, definitely, if they can put out all the stops to make it a big game, I think that would be their 2022 game.
I would say that, or like really turning Hellblade into their God of War, their big cinematic action story piece.
That'd be great.
Which I think they could, because that I'm not, they did that gameplay demo at the Game Awards last year and it looked great, man.
Yeah.
Like the visuals alone, like, whoa.
Right, the visuals have always been like for Hellblade, just like wow.
Yeah, so
Xbox being able to take advantage of that on Xbox will be really cool to see. I just want it to be fun to play as well.
Yes, absolutely. I hope and I hope that's a great game. I thought Hellblade played fine.
That's like the general like reception I heard, was that it was good, but it wasn't like
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily going to get put on boxes, in along with Marcus Phoenix and Master Chief.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think Halo could get a real second win this year. When the co-op campaign is out, that's gonna be a big win.
Yep.
And then once you start seeing a bunch of Forge stuff hit, and people doing cool stuff with it, because apparently this is gonna be the biggest, deepest Forge yet.
I'm excited.
So here's hoping.
Yep.
That I don't like seeing one side dunk on the other. So
I mean, we want all sides to be coming out swinging, of course.
Exactly.
That's good for everyone. But that's just the thing is, I like the management at Xbox, but it's very clear that, like, as we said, they've been on the back foot since Xbox One. It was like halfway through Xbox One, they were basically just planning for the next console cycle, basically. And now the next console cycle has been here for a bit, and it's just, still going.
And I will say, it is not like Sony is doing an amazing job. I will completely say that as well. To be fair, Sony it's fine. I turn on that thing, and to be fair, they also have completely different objectives for where you want to take these.
Exactly.
Like Microsoft doesn't care if you buy the box as long as you buy the service, but you still need games on the service for people to play.
Right.
And then on the other side of that, Sony
putting out your AAA.
They really want you to buy the box,
which they get their Horizon out there.
Yeah, I know people
out there.
I know people who bought consoles for both those games.
Yeah.
So
yep.
They got this new Spider-Man that they're working on, right?
Next year.
Yep.
The guy who's doing the mocap for Venom just said he was coming out and finally doing it this week. So anyway, speaking of games getting delayed and or canceled, Gotham Knights, the Batmans,
yes,
or the Bat families in this case. Hey, PS4 and Xbox One versions, they're canceled. They're done.
No.
Yeah, I know. It seems like they're finally making the decision.
They are finally pulling the plug on the vegetables. They're letting them pass. It's the end of an era, everybody. We got to be fair, I think COVID prolonged this era by about 2 years.
Absolutely.
So
but yeah, it's getting a little easier bit by bit to buy these consoles now.
Yes, I'm
in terms of availability anyway.
Yes, and like scalper prices are going down and further down. I'm pretty sure you can still get a Series S without even trying. Yes, you can literally buy one on Best Buy right now. No problem.
Okay.
So if you really want to get in, and you typically just don't care about 4K, that system's pretty great.
Right.
Yeah, no, and I completely get it, because it's like, hey, you have a vision for your game.
Yep.
And you don't want to be bound by this hardware that is essentially a laptop from 2013.
Sure.
So
we need to push forward at some point here.
Yep, it's always
every generation.
Yep.
And you always have those people who are like, why aren't we getting it? And it's like, well, my guy, that piece of hardware is 8, 9 years old, or
Yeah.
9 years old this November. They'll both be 9.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a bummer because like, hey, guess what? Game systems cost a good chunk of money.
Yep.
Like $500, like if you're a grown person, is like it's in that zone that I'll call it of like it's not a lot of money, but it's still like enough to be like I have to think about this.
For us, like for sure.
Yeah. Well, especially with my new job switch, Jesus.
Well, right.
But
I just remember when we were teens, college age, trying to get these consoles, and like
yeah,
we prioritized them. It was great. So
Yep.
but
yeah, like when I was, I was 22, going on 23 when the PS4 came out.
mhm.
Yeah, I was just putting like $50 a week on it from my job. Like I traded in my PS3 to pre-order it. One of my PS3s because I had 2 for. I'll explain that story later. But I had 2. So I traded in that to get the down payment on it.
Mhm.
And then I just put money towards it every check,
Mhm.
because it was like because when you're that age, it's a big priority. When you're 30,
Yeah.
it's, like it's a priority, but not beyond like, other stuff in your life.
Yeah. But
So
at that point, hopefully, you're making enough money where that still balances out.
yes, and it's you definitely make more, at least I certainly made more than what, dear God, if I was making what I was making at that age, I'd be dead.
Yeah,
living in
I'd
a
be so
gutter.
depressed. Like, jeez.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's up there, but it's doable. It's just you definitely have to be like, all right, pick one, and then
Pick one. Yeah, like it especially sucks for like teenagers and kids who like their parents might not necessarily know better or care, or even if they do know better, they just don't care.
right.
And they're just like, okay, well, we're not, we just got you a PS4 or an Xbox One 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. We ain't doing this.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yep.
And then, saving up $500 when you're that age is significantly harder.
Right.
So,
This goes back into that Sony versus Xbox cost analysis. Or like PS4 was dominant last generation, so it has that reputation, and no one has a clear lead on this generation, so the parents might default. But also at the same time, Xbox has Game Pass, and the Series S is a more entry level thing.
well, the fact that you can just get a Series S, right? Like,
well, yeah, that too, right. Fortnite, I believe,
like,
is cross-play across all consoles, so that's not an issue.
yep.
I
Like
think Minecraft is as well.
Yep. And then if your parents are a little more savvy, Xbox All Access, like if you wanted to go that route, you could $25 to $35 a month and
Right.
2 years of Game Pass. Like, not the worst thing in the world.
It depends. It depends. Yeah, it depends on the family situation. But
right. No, but like, if you would have told my parents that, like, hey, for Christmas, can you just get me this like $35 a month sub instead of a $500 box plus
and then it ends
whatever
at this
stuff?
point.
Yeah, like, yes, absolutely. Like, yeah, no, it would have been a far easier sell than the full down payment of a console
For a
at least in
$500
my house.
console, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, like, so I think that price advantage though is something that is going to continue to help Xbox quite a bit, as long as they can get the message out there of, hey, for $15 a month, you don't need to buy games for them.
Right.
Mostly,
Yep.
Which, especially now with 8.5% inflation.
Exactly.
That's that's something that is definitely going to be appealing, I feel, as we go forward.
Oh yeah.
I am actually surprised Sony hasn't done their own competitor for that. But this goes back to the way they're trying to profit off these devices.
Right. Everyone's kind of going at it differently, which
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
it
so-
provides a good reason, you know, for people to try and get both consoles if they just weren't, you know, expensive, while prices everywhere else are rising.
Dude, I paid $65 for 2/3 of a tank of gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked over the camera and I just saw Ninja just like die a little bit when I said
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
My
I
car-
was like, I'm gonna put in $30 of gas, and it was like 6.5 gallons. And I was like, ugh.
Yep.
Yeah, no, my car takes mid-grade too, so right now gas is like $5.45 a gallon for me.
Yep.
Shit sucks.
Uh,
So yeah,
this game, after delayed, Gotham Knights is going to arrive October 25th to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC only.
So you go buy your new console between now and then if you want to play it.
We got our characters picked for this game.
I am Robin.
And
You're going for Nightwing, right, Aaron?
yes.
Jesse, who you want to be?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know who's in it.
The remaining are Red Hood and Batgirl.
Red Hood it is.
All right.
All right. And Emily, if we can get you a new console by then, looks like you're our Batgirl. So
We'll
I'm
do a
fine with-
fundraising stream.
yeah, I am not opposed to this for content. So
I can't think of like a
Aw,
greater, you know,
guys.
like we're all here on Twitch trying to make some money, but like imagine coming across a stream that's like, we want to get one of our people an Xbox. Can you help like pitch in $10 to $20 for that? I think people would be down for that.
yeah, like we want to get Em a
especially if
series.
it's for me, your mod.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I'm gonna
Gotta
Photoshop
show
a
up for the
picture of
mod
your
moment,
smiling
right?
face and put it front and center on the screen while we play.
just
good.
get our mod an Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, no. So
we'll have to do that this summer.
yes. All right. So we got that. So
Is this
I'm
crossplay? Do we know?
I do not know. I don't think it is.
I can't imagine. So yeah, we'll have
yeah,
to
So
get
I
an
would have to
Xbox.
get an Xbox in this case.
Yeah. So that's where all of us are at for a lot of stuff, except Ninja, who's in
Oh.
PC land.
It's also on
Got
PC,
one
so we could do PC.
Right there, you can kind of see it.
you can kind of see
white-
Xbox.
Yeah,
Well, there you go.
there's one back there.
Yeah.
That's mine. I think mine's visible. Yeah, mine is visible. You can see mine.
All right.
Or behind your OLED.
Right behind the Switch that got its layer of dust blown off of it yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, is that what you were
yesterday-
using to play Smash last night?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yesterday, I realized I should probably like check out the game, and then realize that I haven't unlocked every character.
Nope.
And I was like, oh no, this isn't
Haven't.
good.
Nope.
This isn't a good start.
Did you get all of them unlocked? Did you buy the DLC?
There's 4 that I'm missing. I don't have
See, I
Palutena.
have every character.
I don't
I
have
got
Dr.
those
Mario,
passes.
and there's a couple others that I'm missing out on.
So yeah, I just checked. It is not crossplay or
All right.
cross-platform.
All right. Well,
No.
Yep.
we'll keep that in mind.
Stream, Xbox.
Yep.
All right.
So we can get her a Series X or a Series S.
All right.
Also. So
Figure something out. Let's see what funds we can get later this year.
well, that's our extra life.
Yeah.
That's your
That's right.
extra life.
That's right.
Lordy. All right. Well, I'm kind of happy for this also, just because it like kind of gets us going. Like, okay, we can finally see what these consoles can actually really
Do.
pump.
Yeah,
get it.
having Elden Ring be on like all the consoles, like I understand on some level, but also like imagine what Elden Ring would have looked like that they just didn't have to consider.
Just like we can pump all the way.
Yeah.
You know,
That game
versus
looks beautiful
like
regardless, but
it does, dude. Yes, I got to try a little bit of the PS5 version, and
Nice.
yeah, you know, it looks good.
Yeah.
You want to know what I am shocked about Microsoft is Rogue Legacy is Xbox and PC exclusive. I am shocked they didn't pay to get that on Game Pass.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is really surprising.
Yeah. Well, when I got $25, I'll pick it up. So
I mean, sure, but just like wow, that's
yeah.
you need games to advertise for your Game Pass. I can't like Rogue Legacy is a name. People know that.
Yeah, that is a big one. You
Crazy.
know, like like Tunic is a great game, and I'm glad it panned out. It's one of the best games of the year. It's just it doesn't have the name recognition as much.
Right.
So.
Yep.
All right. Glad to see these consoles pump. All right, time for our weekly Activision Blizzard thing.
No.
I don't wanna.
I
Every
can
week.
feel the
Every
face
week.
palm coming.
I just love how I looked over to the stream counter when that happened and we lost a viewer.
Yeah.
Did we really?
Oh, that's awesome.
Let's just skim through this, because yes.
So they own Raven Software, who is currently voting on union activity and in favor of a union. And they've sent out a bunch of anti-union emails and anti-union propaganda. And it would harm game development and impact promotions or benefits, which is a giant load. In most cases, anyway.
Yeah.
There are cases where unionization can hurt enough to do that, but when it's a company as big as Activision Blizzard, it won't. And also, unless their demands are absolutely absurd, like that's what got Hostess shut down. But
Yeah.
Most unions' demands aren't completely unreasonable and crazy.
Right.
Stop beating your employees until morale improves.
That's all. Yeah. Hey, they are unionizing because they want to stay working there, working on your stuff.
Yep. No, exactly. It's just that they want to be able to live a life outside of work.
Wouldn't that be nice? That sounds cool.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a whole reason I took a 30% pay cut to go to a job that was significantly less stressful.
Man.
So
yeah.
So it sucks financially, but like, dude, as you probably said on the podcast, I'm in a better mood.
Yes.
I'm not. I don't want to fight everybody all the time.
I may be speaking prematurely, but there might be a way for you to move up in pay over time at a place like that.
Yes. Though it could be a year or two. Is what
that's the thing. Yeah, it could be a bit, but
Anyway, so there was a walkout protest.
Mhm.
There's a petition. Deadline is May 20th with a ballot count on May 23rd. That's basically it.
All right, that was it.
that's-
So yeah, they're trying to make unionization not happen, and they're jerks for that. But
Yep.
we will continue to
You-
follow that story.
Hey, you want to know what's a really good way to avoid unions? Just pay and treat your employees well.
Hey, what an interesting idea.
Fine. You don't want to deal with it. You don't want to deal with a union. I understand. It's very annoying. I get it. My grandfather ran a business. He got out of the union for a reason. But also, all of his employees were paid well and treated well. So, none of them felt the need to unionize. Weird.
It's almost like they felt adequately represented. Weird.
Yeah, All right, so granted, far smaller business.
Yes, of course. Like, well, that's the thing about this is that, like, at some point, it's like, look, this is a really big company. Like, it's not even, it's not working. You're not able to see what's going on in this giant organization, and like unionization can actually help with that. You work together,
Yep. No, and the thing is, once the union starts, I guarantee if a union starts, they're going to do everything in their power to bitch and moan and curtail its influence, etc.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right, move forward.
Actually, I just wanted to read this. There's an ongoing election. The deadline's May 20th. Today's May 15th. of this recording.
So I'm sure we'll find out more in the coming weeks.
Yeah. For the listeners catching us on release day, that'll be in a few days.
The 17th.
So this coming Friday. So we'll see what's going on. We'll probably talk about whatever's going on next week as well. So yay.
Yes. All right. That has been your weekly Activision Blizzard fuck up.
Woo!
Yay.
All right, let's talk about another
Aaron,
publisher.
Put some firework. Aaron, put some firework graphics for this. Some applause.
Yeah.
All right, so
God.
hey, FIFA, EA, they're fucking up real bad here, real bad.
No
This is
shit.
gonna be interesting. Yeah. So
I'm
Oh yeah, I heard about this. I was like, wait,
FIFA to
what?
officially change its name to EA Sports FC, which is makes it sound like the name of a team.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why?
What the?
Why would you call it this?
I don't understand. I literally don't.
It would have been better to been like EA Soccer 23. At least I can tell
EA
that's a game.
football. Yeah, EA football.
EA
20.
Football.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like
EA footy.
EA footy.
Yeah, like something.
EA the beautiful
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
Yeah.
That there you go.
It's in the
Like,
beautiful game. But like I feel like you start this game up and you can only play as EA employees. It's just the saddest soccer game.
Awkward.
Oh lordy.
So okay, I want to read this. So this was because FIFA wanted 250 mil per year for the rights to the FIFA name and logo and all that in their game, which I don't know what it was already getting.
I mean, they wanted a lot, but on the other hand, it's also literally it's one of the top best-selling games every year.
Isn't it like number one?
It's like
I mean,
top
except for like
3
things like
every year.
Minecraft and Fortnite.
Okay, so this is last year's top 10 selling games, right?
Yeah.
It was number 12.
Oh.
Number 12.
Yeah, it was behind Call of Duty, the previous
Okay.
year's Call of Duty, Madden, Pokemon, Battlefield, Spider-Man, Mario Kart, Resident Evil, surprisingly.
Wow.
Well, that's weird.
MLB The Show, Mario, Far Cry.
Far Cry.
This is yeah.
Wow.
Hold on, and let me see if that's right. Yeah, it's right. I checked a couple different sources. That's right. So,
Okay.
but yeah, as always, Call of Duty, Madden, Pokemon.
Battlefield's way up there.
Yeah, weird considering that game was
Absolute garbage.
not good.
Not great.
The best mode was to play old Battlefield inside it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. I'm just trying to look for specific information, and it's them just, saying stuff at each other. Weber made clear that despite dropping the name license, EA Sports FC will keep FIFA's league, club, and player licenses, including 19,000 plus players, 700 plus teams, 100 plus stadiums, and 30 leagues. EA included a number of messages of support from the move from the English Premier League, La Liga. Oh boy, I can't. Bundesliga? European Football Organization, UEFA, and more. FIFA itself has not released a statement at time of writing. So, I mean, yeah, so the game itself is still going to be the same. It's literally just the fight over the use of FIFA's name and logo.
This is dumb. EA has plenty of money. I don't see why this is a problem for them.
Also, yeah, I don't know. There's like EA's messed up, but also FIFA's messed up, so I don't know who to cheer against more or for more.
For me, the answer is almost always EA, but
I mean, yeah, it doesn't help that EA has been like one of the. What was the poll that they had won multiple times? Like the worst gaming company or something?
Worst
business. Yeah.
Worst business. That's right. They were
consumerist.
competing against like Bank of America, and like they won. That's right.
On the Consumerist, when the Consumerist was a website.
The consumerist of all things. Yeah, I don't know.
God, you want to talk about things that just keep dying? Regular websites.
Yeah, right. Let's see a quote from EA Sports Vice President David Jackson. In terms of things that they'll miss, players will notice only two things: the name and a World Cup piece of content every 4 years. That seems like a bummer.
That's a real bummer. That's the one thing about soccer I watch.
That's like
Right.
actually
watch
like
the
I
World
actually
Cup
Every year.
yeah no
Every-
like I live in a town. Well, I guess 3 of us do live in a town where we have a MLS team. So like I kind of follow that sometimes, sort of. This city actually supports that team more
Yeah,
than the Mariners.
we have a minor league soccer team here.
Do you?
Yeah, hold on.
We do. That's right.
Yeah, Reno 1868 FC.
Yeah, we have a minor league soccer team and a minor league baseball team.
Yep.
And do you guys still have the D League Rams or whatever they're called? Basketball.
Yeah, yes, we have that, and then we
Reno's
also
a good minor league city.
And then we also have a semi-pro football team that plays out at Golden Eagle.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they're working on bringing back a hockey team.
Yep.
Sure. Why not?
I mean, the way the population is growing, I would not be surprised if we got a pro team by the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know for what sport. I'm personally hoping for football, but doubtful.
Football's the big one. Football's.
Bring the Chargers up here.
Well, that's the thing about Reno is that I feel like I get the impression there's not really a strong feeling towards any particular sport.
It's like there's a bunch of transits, dude. Like that's what this city is just turning into Transitville for people who can't afford or don't want to be in California anymore.
Well, absolutely. But like, I still just don't feel a strong like. All right, is it going to be basketball? Is it going to be football? Yeah, I don't know.
If you were to know, if I were to, I think football's the least likely, just because of the way the NFL functions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think most likely would be a pro baseball team, just because of how well established the minor league team is. Like the Aces are a big deal. They give those tickets out at different jobs I've worked at.
Oh yeah, Reno Aces.
I'm actually next weekend getting into one of the private boxes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have won tickets to there multiple times at jobs, and I always give them away.
Reno Aces have like better uniform design than some pro teams. Just a good look.
Their stadium's also beautiful.
Yes, it is. Despite the location, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I hate that stadium's location.
Yeah.
Because it's less than a mile away from my house. Which you would think that would be convenient, which is true. I can walk to a baseball game if I really want to.
Yeah.
Or an Uber is like $6.
Well, sure.
But when they win, they light off fireworks.
Fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I bet Fox likes that.
Fox actually doesn't give a crap.
Oh, okay.
My neighborhood dogs give a crap though. They give a crap a lot.
Sure they do.
Fox will just sit in my lap, purr, chill. But the neighborhood dogs, every single one of them, bah, 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 bah. that neighbor.
Man.
Oh God, I am so sorry.
So yeah, the FIFA World Cup is a lot of fun for people who don't keep track of soccer. Like that's a big thing to follow. That's the closest I think Americans really care about soccer, other than when like the women's U.S. team, makes their push.
Yeah.
So it's like, so they're getting rid of that. That's a bummer. But I also don't know what the FIFA fan base cares about.
I mean, yeah, like as someone who has been a casual FIFA fan off and on, the World Cup stuff really sucks.
Yeah.
Because like this is what happened. I don't really care about soccer outside of when the World Cup happens. Then I root for America and Italy, and that's it. Italy.
I go by what I usually go for when I enter into a game where I don't know either team is which uniforms do I like more.
Yep, that's a good call.
Yep.
You know what's weird about EA? We talked about how like they were consistently ranked one of the worst businesses in the US. This week actually they were named one of the best places to work in the US.
No way.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
So that's really weird.
Yeah.
GameIndustry.biz is one of the places that nominated them. It's a business website. Previous nominations from Game Industry were Respawn, Phoenix Labs, Iron Galaxy.
I would bet on two of those for sure.
Yeah.
Having met their employees.
Right.
Yeah.
Servios, I don't know what that is. Virtuos, I don't know what that is. I am 8-Bit, Big Run Studios, Shell Games, Parsec, and some others.
Okay. Wow.
This seems really dumb on EA's
Yeah,
part,
this
though.
whole thing is ridiculous. It's especially considering EA makes a lot of money. But if FIFA fans don't care too much about it, then whatever. I just think that naming choice was bad.
It'll change. I'm sure it'll change.
You think it'll change?
Yeah, maybe not for the first 1 or 2 games, but I think it'll change.
Okay. Let's see. Just kind of looking for. Yeah, FIFA has some corruption scandals, which we know. EA's CEO Andrew Wilson has reportedly said that the only value the FIFA name offers EA outside of a World Cup year is the 4 letters on the front of the box. He apparently added, "I would argue, and this may be a little biased, that the FIFA brand has more meaning as a video game than it does as a governing body of soccer."
That's true, but you're changing the name of your popular video game.
Right.
Branding is important.
The hope is they just they keep the branding, what the box looks like. They have that EA Sports logo stuck right there. You get a really popular soccer person on the front of the box. Hopefully people can make the connection still.
The hope is that when you go in and ask the GameStop clerk, "Hey, can I get FIFA?"
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, this is FIFA now."
Which, I think I would put the trust in the GameStop employees to be able to convey that. Like the GameStop people and the people who work game stores are not going to be like, FC. I guess they don't make them anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the more issue is like for the parents and the kids to believe that is what I don't have faith in.
Sure.
Because if I was a kid and I saw that, I was like, but I wanted FIFA.
Right.
No, so
that branding, man, it can carry a lot of weight for people who are, like these games are not the center of their lives and they just want to pick up the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, well, damn. So okay, we'll see how that goes. That'll be interesting.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, man. Speaking of branding, hey, Apple, they're pretty good at that. They're really good.
They sure are pretty good at that.
I mean,
yep.
Like big fan of what. I have mixed feelings about the company as a whole, but like their branding on point, son.
They know how to do it.
And a key part of their branding and their advertising that was so successful was the iPod.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And the iPod is dead.
It is officially dead.
They are discontinuing the iPod. No. Get them while you can get them. Because they're going to be. It's sad, dude. Yeah. Like the standard MP3 player, unless you are like a giant dork like us, it's dead. Like it's gone. Just everyone use their phone. Oh
yeah. Why carry 2 things when you can just carry your phone? I mean,
unless you're like a real audiophile and you want that like uncompressed, like really good high quality stuff. Like yeah, why would you? Or it's like you work in an office like mine where they're like no devices with cameras,
right?
And they don't allow streaming. Like I know employees who carry MP3 players because they don't want to pay for streaming services.
Oh wow, yeah.
Like literally, the dude I sit next to is just like he has like an MP3 player that he straight up rocks because he doesn't want to pay for a streaming service.
Yeah, but which MP3 player?
I don't know, like some small, cheap, like things. Like
okay.
I want to say it's a Sony. Yeah, like
Sony
still sells the Walkman. I'd be like, yeah, this man drinks the company Kool-Aid.
Yeah. You're here at Microsoft for a year, you get a free Zune. They just have them in boxes in the back.
Yeah, all the ones they did. That's all the ones they didn't sell.
Need to get rid of these somehow.
Oh God.
Bill Gates is like, I have boxes in this room I don't use.
Sony still sells the Walkman.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
No shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You get a $75 8-gig Walkman, or you can get their really fancy video digital MP3 player thing for $350, and it does like super high quality uncompressed audio. Once again, for you turbo nerds out there.
Interesting. Yeah, sure.
I have a morbid curiosity for stuff like this. This is a dangerous website for me to be on.
Okay.
I could very much. There's definitely a universe where I come on the call next week and like, hey guys, I bought a $350 MP3 player.
Yeah, don't do that.
And I've been
Please
messing
don't.
around. I've been messing around with like super uncompressed audio files. Check this out.
I mean, yeah, that
I
can
love
be cool.
you. Please don't.
Yeah, no. But anyway, so this is a bummer, dude. Like, I never owned an iPod.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
They were really overpriced in my opinion when they came out,
Mm.
and I asked for a Creative Zen Nano instead for Christmas. Well, like it was like half the price for the same amount of storage and like same like it played music, and I didn't have to use iTunes, which as a person who was on Windows,
right,
didn't win. And then that thing broke like 3 years later, but I had a PSP with a 4 gig memory card.
Mm.
I used my PSP as my MP3 player.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember doing that in high school. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, dude, it was a great media player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
That thing,
I also remember kids in the back seats in the classroom watching porn on their PSPs, and I'm like,
yeah, that was a popular thing. So porn and the PSP were a marriage there.
PSP stands for porn, secret porn.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But yeah, like the thing was like a great portable video player. Like it had a big screen, you watch movies on it. Like you know, it played music well. You can integrate an RSS feed into it if you get a Wi-Fi signal.
Yep.
So you download podcasts. Like thing was dope, dude. And then I had a PSP Go at one point, which that thing that thing ended up being a great media player because it was like smaller than a smartphone even.
Right.
So like and then I got an iPhone like at the end of 2010. It was all over. Goodbye, dedicated devices.
Right.
I hardly knew ye.
Yep. That's what makes it. That's what like downplays the the bummerness of this is that the reason this is going away is because Apple went and revolutionized the phone to be that.
Yeah. It's still sad to see just like what has been like a core piece of technology like has been just like dude, iPod was huge. Like it was such a big deal.
Ridiculously huge. Like
people do the iPod walked so the iPhone could run.
Oh yeah, absolutely, of course. No,
yeah.
I had a number of iPods. You know, that was a cool thing in middle school was going through each other's iPods, looking at what your selection
everybody
of music
was listening to.
Yeah, I remember in my last couple years of high school, I had a little iPod Nano. I just stuck a bunch of Ramones on and just went about my day. Yeah, no, it was huge and so a key part of my formation. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, that was huge for me. And
I mean, yeah, like while I was rocking my PSP, I was still exchanging music with people, and 9 out of 10 times they would bust out an iPod.
Yep.
Like be it a shuffle, be it a Nano. The Nano was the big one that I saw a lot.
Sure. I remember minis being the big thing because that was when they introduced all the different colored iPods, and then everyone had like a blue or a pink or whatever.
Like people had different colors. Like this is sad. I
it just means we're getting old. That's all.
I know. Like I almost want to spend like the $200 to like have the last iPod.
I kind of want. I'm gonna look up. Let's see.
I have the page up for 32 gig. It's $200, and they come in different colors.
They come in different colors.
They come in space gray, silver, pink, blue, gold, and red.
Nice.
I want to get a red iPod.
Wait, what side are you on?
Hold on. I'll link it in the chat.
Link it in the chat.
Yeah, it's. I can also say, hey, I bought my first iPod when it died.
Getting in right at the end there. Oh wow, they just make this look like the iPhone now.
Yeah, it's just the
iPod touches.
They make it look like an iPhone 6.
So iPhone. Look, this looks like a smartphone. That's what I'm saying.
Smartphones have changed. Now they're like 90% screen.
I mean,
Hold on.
yes, but look at this. This is still like I'm talking about when I hear iPod. Hey, Blaze Nathan's in the chat. What's up?
Hey!
Oh,
This is an
Blasian.
iPhone. Yeah.
Okay, well, when I think iPod,
No, I will pull up an image of what you're looking for. You're thinking of an iPod Classic, which
yes. When I hear when
Oh,
you
it's
want to talk about
ClickWheel
some
yeah, I have nearly bought one of those. I still consider buying them on eBay. Those were discontinued in 2014.
Oh, were they? Okay.
I have I've actually thought about going on eBay and getting one of these like back when I was like a real gym rat. Yeah.
Oh my
Sure.
Just
god,
because I didn't
I
want to
remember
break my phone.
those.
Yeah, they're so cool.
Shit.
It's still cool. Look at that design. That thing looks great.
And you can.
Uh,
Did you know you can play Final Fantasy Tactics on one of those? It's
What?
not great, but you can do it.
Did you know you could rip the battery and hard drive out and have a 1 terabyte one with like a 5-day battery?
Yep.
Yeah, dude, the iPod modding community is awesome. It's real
The classic
Y'all are
is a
fucking
great
nuts,
device.
man.
It's just,
Y'all are nuts.
yeah. No, dude. Like, as long as you're willing to risk breaking that device,
Right.
which on eBay they're going for $250 a pop.
Ugh.
Like, but yeah, there's totally a market for the iPod Classic. It's just that it's not big enough for Apple to give a crap.
Oh no, and they
Yeah.
shouldn't. This is just me being
No,
nostalgic. That's all.
Oh yeah, no. They realize their market is their headphones, their HomePod Mini, their Apple Music. Like they get it. They
Yeah.
understand.
No, it makes sense. So yeah, that's the end of it. All right.
Really? That's dope. Yeah. No, dude. Go look up like iPod mods. Like there are people who legit will rip the battery and storage out of it, put in a 1 terabyte one and a bigger battery or better battery, and that it'll like last for like 6 days. And yeah, no. Sad to see it go.
Yep. It was
Yeah.
gonna happen.
I know, time moves on. You want to know what I'm looking forward to when like 40 years from now, very similar to record players, when iPods make a comeback.
Yep.
They're like, oh man, you can do lossless audio on this thing if you rip it right and make it high enough bit rate.
I mean,
Bunch of hipsters.
in the future, it'll also be like the government can't track you with this.
Right.
Shit, that's great.
They can track you on Apple Music and Spotify.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what they would want with that, but they can.
I don't know, location services. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're listening to antisocial music.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up my Apple Music and see the last thing I listened to.
Yeah.
Let's see if this is anti-social music. Okay, Night Moves by Bob Seger.
Not antisocial. You're good.
Not antisocial.
Mother Earth and Pirate Bay by Black Savant.
Depends on if you're talking about pirating music with the Pirate Bay or not.
Freaking Out by Mystery Skulls.
I don't know these artists.
A bunch of stuff by Starset. And Fever Time from the Yakuza 0 soundtrack.
Nice.
You're good.
I've learned a lot about music in the last 2 minutes.
Dude, I can show you a whole world of hipster bullshit.
See, what was I listening to?
Oh, let's see what everybody's most recent listening history.
Well, for me, it's a mixture of The Weeknd.
It's good, man.
Fall Out Boy's Dance Dance.
That's
nice.
Speaking of making everyone here sound old.
Yeah.
Panic at the Disco's Nicotine.
Nice.
Also, speaking of making everyone here sound old.
Uh-huh.
No, my last 3 are going to be ones that either make us feel really old or some nostalgia. Well, me nostalgia. Mega Ran with Drop the Load. Great song.
Great song. Not
Forever Famicom is a great album. Level 42, Something About You.
Okay.
Duran Duran.
Nice.
I mean, that's before our time. Both of those are before our time.
Yeah.
All three of those are before our time because Level 42 was out in like the early to mid 80s.
Both of those were stuff my parents listened to conceive.
This was shit my mom was listening to. So.
Yeah, like my parents introduced me to Journey. Like my father passed. One of the albums I got was Journey's Greatest Hits.
Mm.
And then my next song would have been A Kind of Magic by Queen.
Great song.
So.
I listened to My Chemical Romance's newest song released a couple days ago.
That dates you, but in a different way. Yeah, I saw you talking about that.
Is it any good?
I think it's good. It's not Black Parade, iconic, incredible, but it's very much them like they've been away for 8 years, so it's like, all right, let's write a standard My Chemical Romance song and see if people like it. And so far, everyone who's like a fan is super excited. So
I have to listen for it and see.
I would love for the Proto Men to do that as I sit here and when did Act 2 come out?
Act 2 came out, I think, in 2011.
We have been waiting 11 years for a new Proto Men album. And they're still touring, and they've made a bunch of really good cover albums. That Queen album was sick. Mm-hmm. That like Terminator 80s album theme thing they did was sick. But I just want Act 3, please. They put out 2 songs of it. It's like,
I was wrong.
What was it?
It was released September 8th of 2009.
Oh my God.
No, even longer.
Wow.
Even longer.
Yeah. Now they put out, like I said, they put out 2 cover albums since then, and they were great. That Terminator one especially, like I've listened to it a million times, but even that one came out in like 2017, 2016. Like, Jesus, guys, come on.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so this is sad.
Yep.
Getting old.
Sad day.
Yep.
Oh,
hey, we got a new Dragon Ball movie coming.
Hey, check that out.
That's cool.
Is it actually going to be good, though, is the question.
The last 2 were great.
Yeah.
So
Broly was fantastic.
Yeah, like that movie I wanted to see twice in theaters, but couldn't. Because I
had to drive 2 hours out of my way to go see it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you were still living in BFE then.
Yeah. It was worth it. Worth the 2 hour drive.
Yeah, like I'm so glad Reno gets these now. The crappy part about when they do like these anime showings is they don't go to the good theaters here though. They go to the crappy ones.
Oh.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they don't go. They go to the big national chains, which are the 2 Cinemark theaters, or the 3 Cinemark theaters, not the smaller chains, which are the good theaters, which are the Galaxies.
Oh.
Damn.
So we got one of those up here.
So
we have our choice over here. But
yeah, we have you guys. I think you guys even have an AMC up there. You have to, right?
Oh, we have.
There's actually, let's see. There's 2 near Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
There's 1 near me.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Good stuff. And that's where I'll be going to see this.
Yeah, I will probably be of the 3 theaters that'll probably show this. I will go to the one in South Meadows because it is the way nicer of the 3 crappy theaters.
Nice.
Noted.
I mean, fair.
Well, Jesse, just so you know.
Noted.
Just a small shout out to Seattle peeps here. They reopened they're reopening that GameWorks arcade next to the AMC theater. So.
Ooh, that's
exciting.
Someone, because they were about to get shut down because they had just run out of money, and then I forget the full story, but someone like bought it and said like, we're just gonna do it ourselves, and that GameWorks is awesome.
That fills my heart with joy right now. Oh my God.
So yeah, apparently they're working on getting that open. So hopefully that's open by the time this comes out. We'll do a thing.
I'm surprised that they never put a movie theater in or by the mall in Reno, especially now that there's
That's amazing.
And especially like now that there's a round one out there. Like like
was the closest one's like the Park Lane Mall one?
The closest one to that, yes, the closest one is in the Red District, which is those luxury apartments by the movie theater.
Okay.
Park Lane Mall. Yeah, you remember Park Lane Mall?
I do remember Park Lane Mall.
And then it died and became a wasteland up until like 2 years ago when they made more luxury apartments.
Oh, that's a bummer.
That's what we need. That's what Reno
Wow.
needs.
Reno needs more luxury apartments.
That place had been dying for a while, though.
Yes. Yes, it was. They had two choices: rampant unemployed ghost town, or rampant, drastically underpaid, overpopulated, worse in some ways, better in others, California.
Yeah.
You know, because
Which
they
give
didn't
it
want to
time.
make the hard choice of splitting the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are. Oh well.
So anyway,
When's this movie coming out?
so in Japan, it's coming out June 11th.
Okay.
And then in North America, Latin America, Europe, etc., and coming out sometime in August.
Okay.
I think the art looks great. I like the little 3D thing they're doing. I like the idea of Gohan and Piccolo being superheroes.
Yes.
I also like the fact that it's not focused on fucking Goku.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're running the trailer here for everyone.
Yep.
So
Try to make sure the audio doesn't overpower us. I've not seen much of this 3D aspect of this animation.
It's like they took in the Broly movie. There's a specific scene where Vegeta and Goku are fighting together against Broly, and it's all in CG and 3D. They took that and made it the entire movie, that animation style.
Well, I mean, it looks really good.
Yeah, I think this looks, especially these actions, the little bit of action we get to see here. Like, I think it looks genuinely really great.
Yeah.
So
it looks like it moves well in kind of similar way to Dragon Ball Fighters. So.
Yeah, speaking of games that, hey, that new character is kind of busted, you should fix her. And then, I don't know, maybe add like 3 more characters. And
then call it a day.
Or,
or just keep it alive forever.
Or
give us Fighters 2.
Give us Fighters 2 with this crazy little thing. Rollback. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Let's give it.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
Look, I want you to know, Arxis, you can make the greatest fighting game of all time by just putting rollback into fighters and then nerfing the new Android 21. That's it. Then you're done. You're good. Just put it out there and enjoy the title. So
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Very excited. Those movies are fun. So
I wish they gave Gohan a different outfit.
He should not be fighting with his shoulder pads on. First of all,
I prefer when he copies his dad's gi. I think he looks real good.
Well, you mean so that's the thing is he did copy his dad Piccolo's gi.
I mean, sorry, I messed up. I wish he copied Goku's gi. I think he looks better in it.
I mean, I understand, but this just, I don't know. This makes sense.
It does.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's that. Moving on. Hey, this is a news story that I actually didn't think we'd have to talk about, but turns out, hey, when you put money into your Xbox wallet, eventually it does expire.
What?
Huh.
Yep.
That's messed up.
Yeah, it is messed up. I agree with that. I forget how long it takes. It's a very long time. I've never had funds sitting in my Xbox account more than a year.
Sure.
So I've never had to deal with this. So I know that they say if bought from third-party retailers, they may have restrictions and things of that nature, but
so it depends on the restrictions based on wherever you got the.
Yes, like it says in the article, if you get it through Microsoft Rewards, you have 90 days to spend that gift card.
90 days.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but like if you're buying that through Microsoft Rewards, I mean just hoard the rewards points until you want to spend them.
That's true.
Yeah.
This does not like. Yeah, I get it. This is obviously a cost-cutting measure, and it's annoying to say the least. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I guess be mindful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
And to be fair, I've only personally I only buy my stuff directly. I'm not. I haven't even redeemed points. So.
I redeem points when I have a credit card that gives very generous rewards points, to say the least. Very generous rewards points. And the thing about those generous rewards points is the fact that one of those things is Xbox gift cards. So like that's, for example, that's how I paid for, or PlayStation gift cards or Amazon gift cards, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's how I paid for my Destiny copy. It's on Xbox. I was like, oh, I have a shit ton of rewards points. Let's buy Destiny.
I'm gonna use it for this.
That's how I bought Elden Ring recently.
Right.
So,
oh, that's right. You only paid like what, $5?
Yeah, because what I've been doing the past 2 months is I will spend all of my paycheck or most of it paying off my credit card and then using my credit card to pay all my bills. And I'm just getting free rewards points because the interest rate on that credit card is like super, super low.
Yeah.
So cheating the system.
Yeah, of course.
It's also boosting my credit score like a mofo.
Nice.
So, fair.
Yeah. So that's little hack for everyone interested.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the news, everybody. So be aware, spend your stuff.
Yes.
Don't use Microsoft rewards unless you unless you intend to, need or use them.
There's a real quick news story I want to bring up. It's not like really news. It's just a funny thing. So CEO of PlayStation, Jim Ryan. Don't know a lot about him, but he's been running PlayStation pretty well as far as I can tell. There have been some issues, of course, here and there. I think it was under his watch. It was like they were really pushing back against crossplay because they wanted to be a place where everyone played Fortnite, things like that. Anyway, if you haven't been tuned into the news at all, there's been some drama around the issue of abortion, and
this thing.
He made some comments, which I like. We won't talk about like the abortion stuff itself. I want to talk about something that happened afterwards in that email. He sent an email saying like, respect everyone's opinions, which like, first of all, as a business, if you just wanted to seem neutral, just don't say anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
The way that he ended up angering some people with that comment, especially since the company that Sony bought, Bungie, had a much better response to the issue, as did Microsoft. So that was already kind of laid out for them. So good job. But the real funny part is then he said that and then had paragraphs saying like, well, let's talk about something lighthearted, something, something to make us feel good. And then spent multiple paragraphs talking about his 2 cats and their birthdays. And then I wanted to bring up the article, but a lot of them were not. I
kind of hate this man.
That's the thing.
I'm starting to hate him.
So so he does this paragraph, and I couldn't find a lot of any article that was pointing out this one thing, except for Jason Schreier's tweet, who is the person that broke the story. Said at the end, like he had these 2 cats, and he said, "I want a dog because dogs are good pets because they know their place." Which is like such a weird comment to make about a dog. That's the reason you like dogs. Huh.
Because they know their place.
They know their place. Oh, and they can bite burglars. Like, these are your priorities. We get so few looks at CEO Jim Ryan. So, like, seeing this email was so, like...
Can I rage?
Wow.
He's also the dude who like had that Gran Turismo quote from a couple years ago.
Oh boy, which
that
one?
was him?
Yeah, hold on, let me pull that up.
Oh, but seriously though, can I rage? Like,
So someone responded, "I've never been so mad about Kat's birthday before."
So, this has been a dismissive quote that has kind of followed him for years, especially because Nintendo half-heartedly has a backwards compatibility option, or at least re-release a lot of their old games.
Yeah.
Xbox has heavily leaned into it.
Yep.
Jim Ryan, in a quote from 2017, This is in 2017 interview with Time. He recalled seeing the PS1 version or the versions of the PlayStation racing game series Gran Turismo running side by side on PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4. The PS1 and PS2 games, they look ancient. Like, why would anyone want to play this? He said at the time. Yeah, and then years later, he's like, it goes with the territory, but I got a little frustrated still being hit over the head with this one. I was trying to make, obviously, and not very well, how great the PS4 version looked and how far the series evolved. I certainly wasn't trying to be disrespectful of our heritage. He points to the PS5 launch game Master's Playroom, which that is basically a PlayStation museum. I will completely admit to that. The thing is, though, dude, like, then you should have said, yeah, these games are great for their time. We're not really focused on our past, unfortunately. Right now we're going to look at it like something. You don't say, why would anyone want to play this garbage that we made? Yeah, dude.
Video games are still battling, specifically on like the top end of the industry, are still battling with valuing video game history, which the community very much cares for and goes to incredible lengths at their own cost to preserve and show other people and celebrate video games. And just that top tier end really struggles with that aspect. It's a very business oriented outlook of like why we are not going to make much profit from putting effort into keeping these alive or backwards compatible stuff. Just frustrating, man.
It is, and like just for the head of the company to come out and like just say this in this just very nonchalant, cavalier way, and I get it was 4.5 years ago now. This article was, it'll be 5 years ago next month. Like I get it, but on the other side, like PlayStation is such a historical brand for the game industry at this point.
Huge.
The history of PlayStation is so linked to the history of video games.
Yep.
Okay. Like I have a gigantic stack of PS2 games over there, PS3 games in the other room, and now PS4 games. And like, yes, PS4 is backwards compatible, but okay, when PS6 comes out, if it's not easy to emulate those, are they just gonna be like, whatever, toss your PS4 games in the garbage? Like all these great games.
Right. I can't change my username on PlayStation because there's a warning that says that some of my games just won't work.
Yeah, you're paranoid. You don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And like you'll lose some trophies is something I've heard before also, and it's just like
what?
Like because all that stuff is like tied so much at the account level, and it's just like the PS3 is still hurting them years later. Like because of the way they built PlayStation Network and its database, that you can't change names now.
You can, but you just have to accept whatever consequences that come with it. And it's like, dude.
And I don't want to break all my PS3 games because I have a bunch of PS3 stuff that's really rare that you can't play anywhere else. You cannot play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 anywhere else right now in a convenient fashion if you bought it.
Amazing.
Same thing with a bunch of other of those games. I have a ton of PS1 classics. Like my PS3 hard drive is loaded with PS1 games that like if I change my name, it could break all those.
Right.
And I don't care about my name change, but if I did, that would suck really bad.
Yep. And yeah, like you were saying about PlayStation's history, PlayStation 1 alone, if you just counted PlayStation 1, like what that did to the industry was incredible.
Yeah, like it was a game changer. And you look at the library, you have Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, Symphony of the Night, Vagrant Story, Tekken 3, Tony Hawk 1 2, Silent Hill, Final Fantasy Tactics, Drivers, CTR, Ridge Racer, Tomb Raider, Spyro, Crash, Legend of Dragoon, like the first Medal of Honor, like Parasite Eve, like dude, the library was crazy. Like Resident Evil 1 through 3, like if you look at any article as like the best 25 PS1 games, it's 25 bangers, dude. Every time.
Like, that whole library was straight up bangers.
Yep.
And just for him, and then the PS2 is the greatest console ever made, probably. Like
Yeah.
it's
Probably.
yeah,
And
like
that had some bangers too.
yeah, like
Dude.
yeah, like the PS2, like they did a top 100 PS2 games on IGN a long time ago, and like it's nuts. Like it's
So where's
There's
my
a video
boy?
of us covering that somewhere.
yeah, somewhere. Yeah, like that. Yeah, no, I would. Yeah, like the best PS2 games of all time on like IGN did that in what year was this? It was a while ago. But yeah, like, and you looked at it and I'm like, dude, just their number 100 game, right?
Yep.
Is God Hand.
Yeah.
Like think about how nuts that is. It's like a game like God Hand, like their bottom 10 is just like SSX Tricky was their 95.
That's amazing.
Tricky
Think
was
about
95.
yeah, think about how many good games are on a console for SSX Tricky to be in the 90s.
That's incredible.
You know, like yeah.
Yep. So, and then, yeah, PS. That's the thing. That's like, people talk about like how we're kind of soft on Xbox and a little hard on PlayStation, particularly the last few years. You know, we're not above acknowledging that, and I think it's just because we went in on PS3, especially as time went on in that generation. Like that the beginning of the PS3 era was a real mess. They tried to recover, and then Xbox fumbled real hard with Xbox One, and PS4 said, "Let's just put a straightforward console out, and we'll win," and they did.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's all because like they come from just this amazing video game history, and I don't know. It's a bummer what's kind of going on right now. They're still doing fine. They're still putting out some good games for sure.
Look, that like one of my like I look back to what 2020.
Uh-huh.
I look at my top like 5 of my top 10 games of 2020 are PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
Right.
Like yeah, they put out great stuff. It's just that their attitude towards certain things that are forward thinking,
Right.
it fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's really hard for us as like we're essentially consumer advocates at the end of the day and critics.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's really hard as a consumer advocate for me to tell you go pick up a PlayStation instead of an Xbox just because of the shitty attitude, even if I think the games are great. You know?
Ratchet and Clank is fantastic, not just because it's an amazing game that also pushes things forward, but it's also because they did it without crunch. They did it the right way and created one of the best games of the year. And yes, I want to promote that kind of game for that specific reason. But yeah, there's just something about PlayStation as a whole. It's just like, ugh. And like when we were talking about this Xbox news earlier in this podcast, like, yeah, Xbox is messing up right now. Like long term, I think they've really got something, but it's clear that some mistakes have been adding up.
Right, you look at that 2021 year for them and you think, oh dude, all right, they're going to capitalize on 2021 and just like this is going to be a 50-50 fight again like it was during the end of the PS3 years. And then like you look at this year and like never mind.
But like yeah, I don't know, it's when you see what the driving philosophy for PlayStation is versus Xbox, it's hard for us to we want them all to succeed and to be able to compete. But I just like the way Phil Spencer has his attitude going forward with this, the pushing of Game Pass, providing a cheaper option to enter into next gen, backwards compatibility that Sony just has not been able to match unless you have like a fiber internet connection. Which even then, I don't know, depending on the game.
Right.
It's yeah, Sony, if there's a way for Sony to fix some of their problems regarding backwards compatibility, and fixing their whole infrastructure.
And then just like the general attitude towards things, we disappeared from E3 like 3 years ago.
Yeah, man.
Just like putting out customizable console plates that are absurdly expensive. Like just the list goes on and on and on.
That's one thing, I'm very E3 centric, because like I said last week, my brain is broken. I know Microsoft needs this conference now, especially, and Sony doesn't necessarily. But like, it goes back to how like Summer Games Fest is really putting the emphasis on this is a celebration for the games community, and Sony, you don't want to be a part of that. Like, I
especially
understand.
because you're not even running it. Like, this is literally just Jeff Keighley being like, "Here, I will take it." Just
If they say, like, hey, this is hard on our developers, trying to create some made up nonsense, like, I can get that to an extent for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, like, yeah, it just rubs me the wrong way.
It does.
So anyway, that's enough of that.
Yeah, and to be fair, yes, I do think buying a PS5 is a good idea.
Yeah,
it's a great console.
Play Miles Morales. Play that new Demon's Souls.
Yes, play Ratchet and Clank. Great game.
They got games on there. They do.
Yes, it's just
New Horizon.
Yes, it's just that when you tell me I can only pick one, the Xbox is a little more powerful in a lot of cases. Game Pass. There are still a lot of great exclusives, barring you don't have a PC, which getting a PC now is getting harder and harder.
Right, better backwards compatibility.
The fact that you have a lot of the 360, a lot of the Xbox original, the entire Xbox One, like And to be fair, we were also hard on Xbox for years. we beat that kid up pretty bad.
I mean, the moment Don Matrick said, it's called an Xbox 360, that ship was sunk, and we wanted to make sure it was sunk.
Yeah, we wanted to light that thing on fire and make sure it stayed on fire. So.
And that Adam Boy's bit of how you can play used games with PlayStation, just handed the game over and just thanks. Like it was such a consumer-friendly, quick, funny response. It was perfect.
And the thing is like Xbox did something similar with backwards compatibility. Like they responded to it with like when backwards compatibility came out on Xbox One.
Yeah,
they did that exact bit, but with backwards compatibility, and it got some traction, but not the same way.
Right. Nope.
And that's been the whole thing. It's just like even when they win, they don't win.
Right. Well, I mean that's the thing is like the word of mouth, all that, because there has not been a huge gigantic push yet. Like you said, last year there were games coming out, but it just wasn't a big event. It didn't provide the momentum that they needed in terms of public opinion. And with Halo happening the way it did and the way it's still going, like there are few games other than Starfield, which got delayed, to provide that push.
Mm-hmm.
And until they show like a really incredible Elder Scrolls 6 thing at a showcase somewhere, like I don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah. All right, boys. Let's
wrap it up with what we've been playing.
What we've been playing, Guild Wars and Final Fantasy, but most of the time just been chilling.
Nice.
And then we had that Smash tournament where I didn't get to see any of Jesse's matches. I was kind of bummed about that, because he got so Jesse, how did you do?
Yeah,
I went 2-3 in 2 of my sets, and I 3-stocked Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first match was against the Palutena, the Muffin Man.
Dude, our champion.
Muffin Man.
Yeah. Who was really good. I learned a lot about the Palutena Young Link matchup in that fight. That I didn't implement in the fight.
Next time, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Next time.
And then played against Aaron's Pikachu, and played against Taylor. It was Taylor, who was using the Charlie Brown Villager.
Yep.
I saw that one too.
Who I probably could have beat, but I fucked up and did an air dodge instead of an up B to get back on the ledge. and took one of my stocks. But that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah, I jumped too late in my last match and got hit by the final smash. Yeah. By the way, I'm so glad we decided to keep final smashes on.
Yes.
Those that was that added a fun little mind game element of like, okay, he's got it. He's got to spend it.
We seem to get more misses than hits anyway.
Yeah.
Which was fun in its own right. So.
Yeah.
As soon as the first match started, like the first thing I did was like, okay, how does my final smash work? I'm gonna go in training and find out.
Yep.
Yeah, like I hit one of mine, whiffed another, and I was like, there were a couple of times where I forgot who it was, but he dodged Slimtor's Mewtwo one. He dodged it.
It was so good.
I saw that. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It was good stuff.
Yeah, that was a good time.
It was a lot of fun. Congrats to Kevin the Muffin Man Ainsworth.
The Muffin Man.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
I do now.
The Muffin Man gave everyone the hands.
Good lord.
I got to meet him.
I'm hoping we can get a Muffin Man chant going next tourney.
Yeah.
Here for it.
So all right, that was a lot of fun.
Yep.
I know our two ringers, Jerry and Zach, unfortunately couldn't make it for most of it, so they kind of had to DQ. I got the furthest for us.
Yep.
I tried to rep as hard as I could with that little Mac. Dude, everyone was so stunned by my little Mac. Like,
it's Little Mac. You always underestimate Little Mac.
Yeah.
Always.
Coming out there, just it's just
you were coming out with the hands too. I mean,
yeah, like I was,
did bring honor.
Just the secret to playing Little Mac, you cannot be afraid. Go full aggro.
Right.
That's right. Rush down all the time.
Just, hey, guess what? They can't air juggle you if you just keep putting pressure on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Legion, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
It's okay, man. Hey, next time.
I'm amazed we got as many adults coming in to this tournament at the same time and stuck around for as long as they did.
We had people that showed, especially like from all over too, right? It wasn't just West Coast; it was West Coast, East Coast, and then the UK. Like, how insane!
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can get another Smash one in soon. I know Mario Kart's looking like the next one, which we have a ringer.
Our Smash Bros ringer was not exactly a ringer because he's a Mario Kart ringer.
And then our other Smash Bros ringer, unfortunately, couldn't.
That's the way it was. We may have to consider a different time of the day to make that happen too.
Yeah, we're looking at earlier. It's just that we didn't want to also hit West Coast folks dinner is the problem. Yeah. So like I need to talk to the 3 other people that helped me organize that.
Yeah.
And go from there.
We'll figure it out. We'll let you know. We'll keep you guys updated.
Yes, a super fun time. Guild Wars, I finally hit a part in the story that finally made me go, oh shit, that was crazy.
Nice.
That was super awesome. So that was cool. You fight a big dragon, a plague dragon.
I love fighting big dragons.
So that was cool. And then the part that has been driving me crazy in this game is, so Warcraft does stories zone to zone. So every zone has their own little story of what's going on, which is fine. Final Fantasy has one bigger overarching narrative. Guild Wars has an overarching narrative, but they level gate it. So what you do is, like, every 5 to 10 levels you get a new chapter of the story, and in between those 5 to 10 levels you go into the open world and explore and do their equivalent to quests, which are hearts, and do PvP and stuff and other stuff to level. The way I would describe it for anyone who's played World of Warcraft, I would take world quests, right this is gonna sound so bad.
Just
take world quests and just turn it into a whole game.
Yeah, I don't think I'm sold on that one.
Now I will say, it is nice that you can totally level up by just discovering stuff. Like, I've literally did like 10 levels just running around, discovering what are known as points of interest and vistas.
That's nice.
Like, if you just want to run around and see stuff and not really fight much to level, totally an option.
Okay.
Totally an absolute option. In fact, in my experience, that's been one of the faster ways to level. Especially if you have people like I did with mounts and teleportation to help you.
Right.
But yeah, I'm enjoying the game still. I think the combat's really good. Like, if you're looking for not quite Destiny levels of action, but still something with a little more oomph than a WoW or a Final Fantasy for combat, then that is definitely something I would recommend.
Okay.
So that's something to consider.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I got back into WoW Classic because Ray's playing again.
Oh boy. Nice.
So not much, not heavy. I got into a Gruul run. That was fun. I helped Ray run through the Tanaris dungeon, Zul'Farrak. And then I've just been kind of messing around on my mage a little bit. I'm kind of in that whole, like, the new patch came out for Sunwell, but I'm like so behind that I'm like, well, I can't really do much Sunwell anyway.
Right.
So it's kind of one of those things where it's, all right, well, I guess I'm kind of in Wrath of the Lich King waiting mode, leveling alts, helping Ray. I know Anthony said he would be joining us once Ray, like in a month, once Ray is like in his 50s and things of that, as you know, so once Ray's in his 50s and, or not his 50s, his level 60, so we can all three of us be at the same point with in my case an alt, in them case their mains.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, my Dark Knight hit 73. Tanking that game is really easy.
Sure.
Like, really easy. It's actually been really nice going from like WoW, where tanking, like, you have just so much expectation of like being like, dude, I like did a heroic run in Classic this week, and just like everyone's like expecting things of me, and I'm just like, oh, I have not played this in months. This is very misplaced.
Yeah.
Versus Final Fantasy, where it's just like, just run ahead, use my CDs at the right time, everything will be okay.
Hey, thank you for the tier 1 sub gift, Blasian. Appreciate it.
Blasian, out here gifting. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. All right, well, and that's kind of it for those. Anything?
You played some Heroes of the Storm. I want to hear about that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. God, it's been a long week.
It's been a very long week. I'm interested because you did some practice and then you actually did a stream earlier this week with Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, and we had winning records both times. It was nuts. And yeah, I clipped it. And posted it. We actually ended up getting a Hero of the Storm. For those of you who don't know what that is 20 kills without dying.
Nice.
And I got a quad kill to get it, and I popped off super hard. For those of you who enjoy those clips when I do that. So
nice.
Yeah, it was a great time. We actually found a really good comp. Have Anthony run a tank, Ray run Anduin as a healer, and me as Jaina.
All right.
As a DPS, it's good because if I'd overextend or Anthony overextends, Ray can yank us back.
Yep.
Like, no, bad. He's really good at identifying that. With Jane, I'm really good at setting down AoE traps. Anthony is always a top tier tank. So
nice.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. That game, I am so bummed that they didn't stop supporting that game. Like, they still do balance patches, but like last year we got one character.
Right.
Sucks.
Yeah. Now, granted, that one character was Hogger, so he had the power of 12 characters. But
sure.
Yeah. But yeah, like, that's a real bummer, especially because when that game was at its, from when it launched to when it was at its peak, it was getting like a character every other month.
Right.
In some cases, you were getting 2 every other month. Like I remember they launched Variant and Ragnaros the same day.
Nice.
Right? Like that was so awesome. And then for whatever reason, they were just like, this game is profitable and makes money, but it doesn't make all the money.
I guess,
and
right?
and that's what we expected. We expected it to make all the money. So we're gonna put balance patches out, and I'm sure you'll like those, which I admittedly do. And then we're done. Well, cool. Yeah, you'll get a balance patch about once a month or every 2 months, and we'll try and keep the meta interesting. And if you get a character, well, lucky you.
Right.
And that's a bummer. And it's not like the roster is small or anything. I think they're up to 80 something heroes. Like there's plenty of good characters. I mean, I would. We're thinking about doing another stream this week. It's either that or I'm gonna help stream of helping Ray in Classic.
Okay.
I know I need to get another Final Fantasy stream going. Also, so yeah. I don't know.
We'll keep you updated on our Discord and social media. What our schedule's gonna be.
What about you, Ninja? Anything new for you?
No, not really. This week was pretty slow for me for gamings. I've been at work from like 7:30 in the morning to like 7:30 at night. So I get home and just pass out.
Yep.
That's fair. Yeah, like I've been I actually played a bunch of Beat Saber this week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, like I kind of was doing walking / jogging for my workout, and I took 2 weeks off because I was a lazy degenerate. And then I was like, I need to get back on working out, but I need something that's like more fun than this jog. And then I did Beat Saber, and I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome.
Remember Beat Saber? Yeah.
Yeah. So I put in a good 5 hours of that this week.
Nice.
So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of sweaty fun.
Good.
And not the normal way we mean sweaty, but like as in literally sweaty.
Yes.
Like, god dang, I'm out of shape. So.
All right. Cool.
So yeah. What about you, Aaron? You.
I had a busy week myself.
No.
I didn't have a chance to do very much. I've been having the itch to play some Elden Ring, but I haven't had much of a chance, and even when I have, it's been the last time I played was when I streamed, and Elden Ring crashed twice. Just the PC version of Elden Ring is not great.
You are reinforcing the decision I made. Thank you.
Yes. No problem.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. But so that's what I want to play. I have a lot of grinding that I need to do to make any sort of progress, and that's like the part I'm not exactly looking forward to. But
that's fair. My advice for that, at least what Ray and I have done in the past, is invite each other over and just shoot the shit while doing some grinding.
I mean, we can make that a stream. We can make that just a private thing we do in the Discord. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm cool. I got plenty of MMO grinding, so
yeah. Our big thing coming up this week. We're going to talk about it after the podcast, but I'm working on a special little video thing we're going to make. So you may get an Elden Ring stream out of me. You may not. We'll see.
That's fair. I'm going to do my normal 2 streams.
Yep.
I know that it'll be sometime on the Monday to Thursday bracket, as always is the case. And yeah, so
we'll let you know.
Yes, sir. Emily, you put any time into any games this week?
When I'm not overtly exhausted from work.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
That seems to be a theme.
Yeah,
I hear that.
Yeah, especially with the.
I haven't even had crazy hours. Like I had just like half an hour of overtime. It's just like just at the you go to a place that is not, again, like not like Microsoft is a bad office or anything. Like it's by far the best office I've ever worked for. It's just you spend 8 hours a day just doing something like that. It's not ideal, man.
No.
Right.
So.
But I did put a little bit of time into Pokemon Snap. I did my weekly for Animal Crossing and
nice.
Making my way through Ultimate Alliance 3. Still stuck, but
the game gets hard at points, man. There are points in that game where I was like, God damn.
Like you want to chuck your Switch across the roof. Like, fuck this.
Yeah.
What team have you been running?
What team am I running right now? because I was playing it before we
I need to know
started the
this.
show. I have
Please tell me you have Venom. He was so good in that game.
not currently. I don't have him on my team right now.
Okay.
Like I haven't switched out any of my characters to have Venom. I have Crystal, Thor, Hulk, and Scarlet Witch for right now.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I ran Spider-Man, Venom, and Iron Man.
You would.
Yeah, of course.
If there's anything I know about you.
Yeah.
I couldn't get to the point of where I could run Doctor Strange. I wanted to.
Is
Silver Surfer in that
probably
game?
not till later.
What?
Is Silver
Silver
Surfer in that
Surfer?
game?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if he's DLC or not.
Right.
But
I think he is DLC. I don't know.
Okay.
I know he exists.
All right, great.
Good.
One of these days I'm going to check that game out.
I played it at launch for the channel. It was fine.
Right.
That's the best way I could describe it. Is that game was fine.
Okay.
Wasn't bad by any means.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Is that what we got going on?
I think that's it. This week, expect more MMO content. Of course. Expect maybe some Heroes of the Storm. Not 100% sure, but maybe.
Sure.
And then not sure what else.
We'll see what we come up with.
Yep.
I have some ideas. You may see some fun dumb stuff this week.
I like fun dumb stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Fading that Smash tournament kind of re-injected my fighting game spirit.
Yeah, that's right.
I have a bunch of Young Link videos and material that I will be going through after the show, just already keyed up.
Nice.
Yeah, see, for Little Mac, there not a lot of that exists.
Yeah.
Other than compilations of people landing his charge move.
Yeah.
Which admittedly is fun on its own, but
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll be a top tier Little Mac by the time this is done.
Hell yeah. That's right.
I'll make the Little Mac guides.
Yes.
Right.
So.
All right, I think that's a show.
Yeah, guys, thank you for coming out. Thank you for everyone who came in. Once again, thank everyone for coming out to Smash Tournament, representing the community well. Everyone was polite.
Yep.
Everyone was great. The Nintendo pals want to work with us again, which that's kind of all we could ask for.
Yep.
So
good time. Thank you guys.
So yeah, thank you very much.
Be sure to check out and follow our social media accounts, and be sure especially to check out our Discord. That's where we're keeping everyone updated on stuff. We have a new feedback channel, so we've been talking about what we want to do with the channel going further. You can sound off from there.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. And then we'll be announcing schedules in the next day or so.
Yes, sir. I need to have Ray respond to the message I sent him.
Yeah.
About like, hey, do you want to stream at not an absolutely insane hour? It would be nice.
That'd be cool. Well, all right.
No, guys, love you. Thank you.
See ya.
Oh, give us nice reviews on iTunes. It helps.
Yes, iTunes and Spotify.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Bye.